AB Promotions.
I don't know. How many fingers did he have?
I'm sorry, I couldn't get the binoculars out in time.
Look, well, let's not stand on ceremony, mate. Let's start the show.
That's right. I'm back for the time being. You know, I don't like to do too much talking, but y'all know I'm gonna do my thing always. So I just want to shout out to everybody that rock with me, like, share, and subscribe. You feel me? Like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna be talking about what Nina Turner had to say. You know, she ride with us. All right, and ain't no slight to I like Nina Turner. You know, she's been doing her thing in the Democratic Party, or trying to do it the best she can. But she went off the rails a little bit. I don't know if she really rocked with the Democratic Party like that. But I'll let you guys be the judge. All right? Y'all already know I ride. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to just do it like that for the time being. Okay? Let's go. AB Promotion. AB Promotion.
I'm a pretty black Nina. Sit down beside me in my new two-seat car. She look pretty on the front of the cleaner. Me Nina, me pretty black Nina. Sit down beside me in my new two-seat car. She look pretty on the front of the cleaner. Me pretty black Nina. Sit down beside me in my new two-seat car. She look pretty on the front of the cleaner. Me pretty black Nina. Sit down beside me in my new two-seat car. She look pretty on the front of the cleaner. Me pretty black Nina. Sit down beside me in my new two-seat car. She look pretty on the front of the cleaner. Me pretty black Nina. Sit down beside me in my new two-seat car. She look pretty on the front of the cleaner. Me pretty black Nina. Sit down beside me in my new two-seat car. She look pretty on the front of the cleaner. Me pretty black Nina. Sit down beside me in my new two-seat car.
Boy, we're going to keep it moving. All right? That's right. AB Promotions. Okay, we're back. And, you know, we're just going to review this video with Nina Turner and the Free Press. You know, they're on comfortable couches. And I just wanted to get you guys' opinion on this interview. In my opinion, you know, just from the start, Nina Turner she don't give no F's. Like she don't care right now. She's just gonna put it out there. And I think there's a couple of reasons for that because we all know that politics has a lot to do with funding and money. So, with that being said, I'm gonna let the video play, and I'm gonna break in when I need to, or or when something profound is said, right? So we gonna get into it. All right, let's go. AP promotion.
Turner, former state senator from Ohio, former Bernie Sanders surrogate, a woman that I admire very, very deeply, even though there are many things we don't agree
You're not
about.
supposed to say that, Lynch.
And I am so grateful to you, written for me at Newsweek, and helped me understand a side of politics that is very, very important to our nation. I feel like we are in a we together, and that is so much more important than anything happening in any other place on earth. And so I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you both.
So you're a floor delegate for Ohio.
Yes.
You're very vocal for the uncommitted vote and that cause. Are you supporting Kamala Harris? Are you going to vote for her? How do you see your role in this moment?
Well, I'm waiting to see more policy rollouts. I'm not one of those Democrats that are jumping to it. I want to make sure that material conditions for everyday people in this country change. So far, some of the economic things that she has rolled out, we need more details. But, I'm pretty pleased with those. In terms of the uncommitted, I mean, right now there's a sit-in happening with the uncommitted voters right now, just kind of spontaneously, because the DNC allowed, rightfully so, a Jewish family to talk about their son that was maimed and also kidnapped and is still held there now.
Okay, I'm gonna just break in real quick. She said a couple points in the beginning as far as just voting for somebody, just to be voting for them. I don't think is a good idea. And she also mentioned like there's no policy. There's no policy whatsoever. If we were to be voting, what are we voting for? Like, I haven't seen anything written down that I can say yay or nay to. And as far as in regards to a Jewish family getting to speak and all that, I didn't watch the Democratic National Convention like that. It just seemed like a big party. Uh, I don't know. That's just me though. But you guys might have a different opinion about it. But we gonna keep it rocking, all right?
Now 320 days, I believe. And it was such a touching and moving speech. And one of the things the parents said, and I'm a parent, so I was starting to tear up. I have a son, and I'm tearing up and I'm paraphrasing them, the hostages must be returned, and there must be a type of liberty and justice for everybody impacted. Now I'm paraphrasing them, but it was such.
Okay, so if it seems like there's a jump cut in the video, it probably is because I was gonna bypass this section of the video mainly because there are people that have their advocates, and I don't feel the need to represent I don't feel the need to have to represent them. They represent themselves very well. But at the same time, uh, there are some points in this section that uh, need to be addressed, right? So I double backed and I said, you know what, we're gonna listen to it just to get the take out the chew the meat, you know what I mean, and spit out the bones, right? Even though it doesn't really pertain to anything that me personally or the people that I affiliate with, you know what I mean? Like my family, it ain't got nothing to do with them neither. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, we're gonna keep it rocking. All right, we gonna let Nina. You know what I mean? She doing her thing. She got that Nina. You know that she got that black Nina on her side, and she just shooting. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep it rocking. All right, let's go. AP promotion.
And it was such a touching and moving speech. And one of the things the parents said, and I'm a parent, so I was starting to tear up. I have a son, and I'm tearing up that, and I'm paraphrasing them, the hostages must be returned, and there must be a type of liberty and justice for everybody impacted. Now I'm paraphrasing them, but it was such a moving and inclusive, recognizing Palestinian lives, but also talking about their pain. It's not a but, talking about their pain as parents because they have not seen their son. And the hostages must be returned, and there should be a permanent ceasefire and a path to real peace, justice for both peoples. Now, the DNC though decided not to allow a vetted. They asked for a vetted. The uncommitted said vet a Palestinian and allow them a chance to speak so that the members of the DNC could hear, both pains.
Y'all heard that?
People are suffering, and the DNC.
Y'all heard that, right? That's why I played it. And I know you guys know this already. But, saying the quiet part out loud, it's I don't want to say it's eye-opening because we already know it, like I said before, but it's kind of refreshing to hear it. Like, yeah, we know that they're vetting people who go who speak on TV and so on and so forth, right? Who go on the radio. Like, you have to be vetted, you know. But we're gonna keep it rocking. You know what I mean? Let's go. Gunshot. Nina got the Nina. Alright? Let's go.
He said no. So now
Why?
the uncommitted voters are sitting in.
Why did they do that? And it was a vetted speech. I mean, the speech they would have
Every
seen it
speech.
Hold on. This one right here talking. Why did they do that? Why? Like the fake trying to be interested and stuff like that. Like a matter of fact, the fakeness, like she don't know why they did it, right? You know what I'm saying? She's asking the black woman, well, why? Why did they do that? You know why? You absolutely know why. But you trying to put it on a black woman, right? But it ain't going. It ain't going. Let's go. All right. Nina gonna spit today. All right. Just duck. Just get out the way. All right.
Which is vetted,
Every
right?
speech is vetted.
Exactly.
And my understanding was that the person they had chosen was going to come out and support Kamala Harris. Why did they say no?
I don't know. I have some speculation. It might be unfair to speculate. So I don't know. I will say that I think it is wrong. And if they want to win, we know that the uncommitted voters started with President Biden, obviously, when she becomes officially the nominee tomorrow night. She has to wear some of that. I don't think that their request is unreasonable by any stretch of the imagination. If they want to win, if Democrats want to win, they are going to have to answer the cries of the uncommitted movement.
The DNC is, a pretty formidable organization. I mean, you work for
a
Bernie
private
Sanders,
corporation.
a private corporation, which is what Marianne Williamson said.
Yeah.
When you're somebody who is on.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Nina already put it out there. Private corporation. Y'all already know. They're not beholden to you. They beholden to their what's that called? Shareholders and investors. Right? Like, that's who they beholden to. Not you. They just want your vote. That's it. Just go out and vote for nothing. No policy, just empty words. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Y'all heard Nina? She just pulled out the 9 and just hit him. Yeah, it's a private corporation. Yeah, hold on.
Win. If Democrats want to win, they are going to have to answer the cries of the uncommitted movement.
Okay.
The DNC is, a pretty formidable organization. I mean, you work for
a
Bernie
private
Sanders,
corporation.
a private corporation,
Hey,
which is what Marianne
boy.
Williamson said.
Yeah.
It's a private
You know,
corporation.
When you are somebody who is on the
Look
kind
at her
of
face.
more left wing of the Democratic Party, uncommitted, talking about the Palestinian issue, how do you feel that they treat you and deal with that dissent within the party?
They don't. They
just ignore it.
They ignore it, but at their own peril. President Biden, I mean, we elect presidents in this country via the Electoral College. It's not going to be the popular vote. Michigan,
Oh boy.
President Biden barely won.
She said yo, Nina is she's shooting at everybody. She's shooting at everybody. Y'all heard that, right? Now I know these are things that you guys know, right? Like she's not saying nothing new. But a lot of people think that when they when they cast their vote, it actually counts type stuff, right? So yeah, they count your vote. They count it. For sure they count it. You know what I'm saying? But you're not picking the president. Not at all. Not at all. Right? But these are things we like brush under the rug. She gonna say it again. Hold on. We gonna get back to it. Let's go.
I mean, we elect presidents in this country via the Electoral College. It's not going to be the popular vote. Michigan, President Biden barely won.
Yeah.
We got Wisconsin. These are about 5 or 6 key states that they can't afford to lose any margins. You got 100,000 voters come out in an uncontested primary.
President Biden barely won? Huh? Where they do that at? Right? Like, what's going on? What they talking about? He barely won? Oh, boy. Let's hear that.
The Electoral College. It's not going to be the popular vote. Michigan, President Biden barely won.
Yeah.
We got Wisconsin. These are about 5 or 6 key states that they can't afford to lose any margins. You got 100,000 voters come out in an uncontested primary and vote uncommitted. You had in Michigan, you had 50,000 in Wisconsin. You start adding up those voters. I don't think those voters are necessarily going to go to Trump because Trump and Biden hold similar policy positions on the state of Israel. But what is going to happen is they're going to alienate those voters and they won't come out to vote. And the Electoral College, it matters.
Do you want to watch a little bit of Vice President? All right. That was possibly a future Vice President Tim Walz.
That wasn't me. Hold on. Hold on. That wasn't me. That was they jump cut. So you probably saw the vice president running with Kamala on the screen for a little bit, and they did their own jump cut on this video. So, but we're gonna keep it moving, all right?
I was looking at you. No. I wasn't trying to.
You were looking at me.
I was trying to check. I was like, what is she? But I saw a head nod on "No Child Will Be Hungry." Didn't see a lot of other head nods. Is that a fair assessment?
It's fair. I mean, I think in this country we should have universal breakfast and lunch. It's a shame that we don't. We are a hegemonic nation. I was kind of trying to take them in a little bit to try to figure out, where he was going. The reason why I kind of hesitated a little is because the vice president is both running for president, but also is tied to the Biden administration.
Oh.
And so all of these wonderful things that my fellow Democrats are talking about, they could have done. Especially the vice president is both running for president, but also is tied to the Biden administration.
Oh boy, man, Nina. Are you a Democrat? For real, for real. Are you a Democrat, Nina? Don't lie. You support Trump. Ah. Oh shit. Let me stop. Let me stop. We gonna keep it moving. All right, we gonna keep it moving.
And so all of these wonderful things that my fellow Democrats are talking about, they could have done, especially in the first 2 years of the Biden administration. I don't want to hear nothing about cinema. I don't want to hear nothing
Gunshot.
about mansion.
Gunshot.
You carry a big stick. You need to walk softly, carry a big stick.
Whoa.
There's a way to try to get members of your party to try to do the right thing. It's called negotiation. It's called, hey, I'm going to rain down on you if you don't. So the fact that they did not pass increasing the federal minimum wage in the first 2 years of the Biden administration to $7.25 for well over a decade troubles me. And then they blamed it on parliamentarian. Paid family medical leave. Why don't we have it? So those things trouble me. So I know that this is a cheerleading fest. I'm just a different kind of Democrat. So I'm gonna take them at face value that when she's in the first chair and he's in the second chair, they're gonna do a new thing because it is important for our viewers to understand she's the vice president, so you got to march to the drum to the beat of the president. But I've just heard these things over housing and healthcare is a right. Well, yeah, it is a right. So why don't we have universal healthcare? Why, as a country, are we allowing corporations to gobble up
Okay.
property
That's
in
right.
this nation to drive up rents and price people out of being able to live in the communities where they grew up? Hello, Chicago. Hello, New York, Seattle.
Nina not talking like a Democrat. I don't know what's going on. Did she defect? Like y'all Democrats are all over the place, man. Y'all wilding out. This is what y'all producing? Let's go. AP promotion. Okay. That's right.
Places like that. So no, you saw me right. And then the Project 2025, this drives me absolutely insane because I want to know where the Democrats' Project 2025 is. It's one thing to point out that the Republicans have a plan to destroy this country and take us backward. Once you tell me that, I want to know what your plan is to move the country forward.
Uh-oh.
I don't see that in the Democrats, and I see it this Project 2025. We should be concerned, but I see it as a scare tactic.
Uh-oh. Richard. Uh-oh. Richard. Scare tactic. Now, Project 2025, for anybody who don't know about it, it is online for you to read. There are hundreds of pages for you to go through, right? But I would say the first 50 pages is just the people who put the money into it and are supporting it. I might be exaggerating, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. Before you get into anything, it shows you who put it together, who support, like who financially supported it, and all the legal minds that came together to put that 2020 Project 2025 together. So it's available for you to read, and you can go through it. You don't have to go, like, you're not gonna get through it in one day. You're just gonna have to take it section by section, or break it down the best way you can, to figure out what it's saying. Okay. All right, let's go.
I mean, I think you're right about that, particularly the Project 2025 stuff. But does it bother you that, these are the things that you say need to be enumerated by Kamala Harris and by this campaign? Sure. And she's not talking to the media because the poll numbers been going up.
She didn't come to the free press.
Yeah, we asked.
Man, I'm about to make a call.
Yeah, can you call
Gunshot.
her
right now?
I think you.
Gunshot.
Can you WhatsApp her
Nina
right
just
now?
she's shooting
Yeah,
everybody.
I mean, she's gonna come.
Nina
But
is
but
shooting
that's you think that
everybody. She's shooting everybody. She's like, yo, she ain't come to the free press. She ain't go nowhere. She hasn't gone nowhere. But the Democratic National Convention, that was the only place she was last seen. She was last seen at the Democratic National Convention. That's it. You ain't seen it nowhere else. All right. Come on, like it's crazy. Nina just don't. She's shooting everybody. I ain't mad at Nina. Like you know what I mean. Big up Nina. Do your thing. But I don't know. Is it? Y'all can answer this in the comment section, right? Like, is it a little too late? You know what I mean? Y'all let me know from Nina, right? Is it a little bit too late? Even though she was trying to get in, she was doing her best. You know what I mean? I rock with Nina. I like Nina Turner for real. She's always been a person that, in my opinion, did her did her best to speak truth to power, but she's also trying to toe the line. She's trying to play the game, and I get it. I'm not even mad at her. I understand why. But at this point right now, it seems like she's like, I don't give a f. Like I don't give a fuck. Like whatever. You know what I mean? I don't care who thinks what about me. Y'all ain't letting me in your funky ass club. All right, let me just put it all out there on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we gonna keep it moving though. Let's go. A promotion.
She should be out there talking policy and not saying, you know what, I'm floating right now. Let's see if I can remain floating for a little
And
while.
just to add to that,
Yes.
so she does seem to be headed policy-wise in the opposite direction than what you might want, right? I mean, in 2019, she was much more radical on every single one of the issues that she spoke to. Everything we've heard so far this round is a kind of moderation. So I guess my question is, does that worry you? But also, I mean, why are you still a Democrat given, I mean, your experience with Bernie Sanders, your experience here, so yeah, explain that to
I
us.
probably need my head examined.
This is a good
Einstein
question.
defined insanity. I'm trying.
Hold on. Now, the white woman with the wig, she has a very good, poignant question. Why are you still riding with the Democrats? You know what I'm saying? Like that question is valid, right? So, uh, I wanted. I watched this video previously, but this part I don't actually remember too much about. So I'm actually interested in hearing Nina's answer to this question, right? So let's go, y'all. A promotion.
There's so many faithful that want people like me to stay and to raise hell. Two major parties, unfortunately, in this country, not a whole lot of room yet. I hope one day, and I hope I live to see it, to have an independent party. I just want to raise hell inside. So there's some people on the outside. For now, I'm on the inside. Who knows if I'll stay? But I do feel at times like I'm beating my head up against the wall. They rigged the election against Senator Bernard Sanders in 2016. They rigged the election against him in 2020. We all may remember when the top like 4 or 5 candidates all coalesced around, or the top four candidates coalesced around the vice president at that time, Biden, who was not doing very well. But they all got a call. So they jumped the race, and they jumped out of the race, and all got behind President Biden.
It's a,
So it's a legitimate question. I don't know.
But is there
We back at it. Okay. A promotion. So her answer to this question was sufficient, like satisfactory. You know what I mean? I get it. She saying she wanted to get inside, and that was part of what I was basically saying a little bit earlier in this video. That yeah, she was trying to play the game. Oh yeah, she's trying to play the game. Those couches look very comfortable, might I add. In the background, these brown leather couches look highly comfortable. They in a nice spot. You know what I'm saying? So I know she's chilling. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Nina Turner's answer was satisfactory. Like I understand. Like people actually really think and feel. I'm just using those words that they can make a difference. And I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying that, especially for black people in this country, you know what I'm saying, foundational uh, black people in this country, for sure, it is very, very, very difficult. Now, I'm not FBA, but I'm just saying, like, it is very, very difficult for them to break through, right? They know, like, don't let them in because they can actually affect change. If you let them in, they'll be able to make changes that would affect us. So they make it they priority to keep them out. I know that. So that's why I always give respect. You know what I mean? Shout out to my FBA family. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard to see. Like, it's self evident. But we're gonna let the video keep on rocking. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna let the video rock out. Let's go. Alright? Gunshot. AP promotion.
Is there anything, I mean, so for example, I mean, I'm hung up on this, but so the head of the Teamsters was welcomed at the RNC and gave the most progressive speech of any convention in the last, I don't know, 30 years, right? Something like that. He yelled at Republicans for 25 minutes about how to treat workers better. And for that crowd.
Hold up. They talk about the Teamsters or whatever. And uh there's a lot of things I could say about the Teamsters or whatever, but I'm not a member of the Teamsters. But if they were still jobs out there that had unions, I probably would be a Teamster, right? I probably just would be affiliated with that Teamsters union. But oh boy, with the white shirt, you know what I mean, and the black pants is cool, but bro, you on TV, my guy. What's up with your shoes? My guy, what's up with your shoes? Why are they dingy like that? Like, I don't know, but like, right? Can y'all see that? Why your white sneakers look brown? They matching the carpet. I'm being petty. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me stop. And I ain't even good at roasting. You know what I'm saying? Let me not. You know. Let me not create another mass shooter type situation. Pause. This is just for entertainment purposes, not in real life. Okay. Go ahead, Nina. Do your thing.
Crime, he was ghosted and disinvited from the DNC. I mean, is there any moment at which you would give the Republican Party in its new populist iteration a second look, or is that totally
That's
off
faux
the table?
populist. I mean, they not real.
You don't buy it.
The one thing that I do agree, and you didn't see me, I was kind of taking it in,
Yeah.
is when the governor talked about the type of freedom that Republicans want us to have. They don't want us to be free to really chart a path that is progressive. They want they want a type of freedom that continues to divide people in this country. I think he was absolutely right about that. Today's Republican Party is nowhere near where where Lincoln was, and even back then it wasn't perfect. But the radical Republicans, I mean, they do have a history. They were the ones that stood up against chattel slavery, and my ancestors.
We gonna let that ride. We gonna let that ride. There are some truths in there's truths in this situation, and I'm not gonna act like I'm totally informed, on the politics of this, but I'm gonna defer to Nina right now until I do some more homework. All right, but we're gonna keep it rocking. All right, let's go.
And it was the Democrats that wanted to enslave us. I don't necessarily think parties have switched places, as I hear all the time. I just think that both parties are captured by corporate interests, and that pains me greatly. And I wish that the American people had another choice. They don't have
Gunshot.
it yet, but I think they might have it one day. So no, I can't look at the Republicans, especially the federal ones, because they.
What's
No.
your read on why so many black men, Hispanic voters have found in Trump something to admire, something even to vote
Uh-oh.
for?
Richard. Uh-oh, Richard. Hey, look, hey, she asked me, hey, why do black men like Trump? Look, we don't, we, for the most part, black men don't rock with Trump. That's not, that's not the situation that's going on. Black men, black men are voting their interest, right? So, for instance, I live in a state where the gun laws are very stringent, and I'm not just gonna relegate it to just gun laws, but I just that's just one issue, right? In my state, for the most part, people who carry guns in my state are they're not supposed to be carrying guns, and then that's just it. The people who are committing crimes with guns in my state are not supposed to be carrying guns. Law-abiding people that have their guns legally are not out here committing crimes with their guns. So why does my state make it so hard for me to protect myself is beyond me. But they just make these laws so that I can not protect myself. Like I don't know. I don't get it. Right? But black men are not supporting Trump just to support him. We are looking at the evidence of the current administration and what it's yielded. That's it. Men don't. We don't really like. We don't go to the store and 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 look at 100 products uh trying to make a decision. We know what we want. We go to the store. We go get it off the shelf, purchase it, and we leave. We're not trying to make life decisions at the supermarket. We're not trying to make life decisions. You know, when we buying when we buying our homes. We're not trying like we know what we want. We know how much we want to spend. We know how we want to do it. We done planned out everything. Now the people in control, they are making decisions that affect us. So then we have to rethink on how we're gonna move. Now if now let's say Biden didn't sanction Russia, right? That's just an example, right? And then he labeled it Putin's tax hike or whatever. Putin didn't put a sanction on you. You put a sanction on him. Like, make that make sense. Anyway, we gonna keep it rocking. I just that was just my little tangent. You know what I'm saying? Just some gunshots for that tangent right there. You know what I mean? You know, but hey, we gotta make all this make sense. Like, we're not just gonna be glossing over intricate details that mean something. Black men are not flocking to Trump because we like him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what's happening. And the thing is that they know better. They actually know better. They just got a narrative and their own agenda that they're trying to push. But we're gonna keep it rocking. Nina got the gun anyway, so she's shooting everybody. Everybody getting shot. Go ahead, Nina.
Madam Editor, I'm glad you asked me that question. For me, the Democratic Party emasculates black men. And I think Hispanic men probably feel the same way. And I say this because they weaponize identity. When and where we enter, who we are, how we identify is important to who we are, just like our fingerprints. But if you're not going to use my identity to advance a social justice cause, and you're just going to use my identity as a blunt force object, now I got a problem. And so what the Democratic Party does, they put black women on a pedestal and they say, we're the mothers of the movement, or we save the party. But yet you don't put forth policies that save black babies.
Uh-oh.
You don't put forth policies that deal with the maternal death rate of black women and black babies in the United States of America.
Okay.
You don't do those things that lift and edify. Yes, identity is important. Both parties use it differently.
That's right.
Republicans use it to say that everybody black or brown or of a mixed race is somehow kind of way a DEI hire. They use it to say certain books will be banned. Don't tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about how this country was formulated.
Yep.
Because you might hurt a white child's feelings by saying that, yeah, chattel slavery existed. And, oh, by the way, white powerful folks stole the land from the indigenous people.
Exactly.
So all of those things, Chinese Exclusion Act, I mean, we can go down the list. But Democrats use it in a way that alienates other folks, and it offends me. So when I talk...
She's definitely politically correct. So I love that about her. But you know, she included everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I get it. But she don't, like, the thing is that, Nina, you really don't have to include nobody, because nobody is including us, or including y'all. Like, you don't have to include nobody. When those people go and talk to people in the media, they don't include nobody but themselves. That's it. They only include people that they rock with. And so, Nina, you don't have to include nobody else. Do your thing, sis.
Talk to black men across this country, they don't see themselves in this party. It's one thing to recognize the power and prowess of black women and the sacrifices that we make. It is another thing to put us above black men. The black struggle, black men and black women have to be together. We don't have the luxury to be separated, and so I resent the Democratic Party for doing that. And so black men do not see themselves in the party. That bravado, because we got a kind of masculine energy, and masculine energy is not all bad, but the type of bravado that Trump puts forward is still very much rooted in a hierarchical patriarchy, and a lot of men gravitate to that.
Yeah, I don't know about that last part about Trump. Nobody's looking to Trump as far as masculinity. Like, stop. Especially Trump. You know what I mean? Dancing like, y'all ever seen that TV show, Seinfeld? Y'all probably watched it once or twice like I did. And you probably caught it when Elaine was dancing. That's Trump is the male version of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no swag at all. Like, nobody's looking to Trump for masculinity or being a man points type stuff. All right. So, but I hear you, Nina. Go ahead, do your thing.
I mean, so is it? I mean, you feel in a way it's tokenization in a way if they don't pay any attention to it, right? If it
the mic, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yes.
We're falling apart at the end of the night. But that's essentially
exactly.
And is it a thing that I've seen? A lot of people, and particularly certain kind of left-wing scholars, say that we've focused on identity for a long time, and it's been a lot of words at the expense of class. class is an important element, and that is not something the Democratic Party wants to deal with. You said this about Bernie Sanders, and I talked to him about this before. Everyone knows that they thumbed the scale, to put it very mildly, in 2016.
They put bodies on the scale,
right? There's a follow-up question that I think everyone thinks that we presume that we know the answer to this. Why? Why is the Democratic Party, trying to box out somebody who's very popular? His policies are very popular. He's a very effective speaker. He has this kind of consistency that you don't have a conversation. Well, Kamala Harris said this in 2020. She says this now because this is the direction of the party. Why is the party afraid of somebody who could actually win? It's not.
Now, this is a good question that he's asking. He's asking Nina, right? And if you guys have noticed, it's not only Bernie Sanders that they did that to, and I must admit, I'm gonna put it all out there. I voted for Bernie Sanders, right? And then when they cheated him, I voted for Hillary. So this narrative that black men won't vote for women is nonsense, right? So we're gonna get that out the way automatically. But this is a very, very good question, right? So if somebody is running in the Democratic Party, right? And I know y'all know the answer to this, but if somebody's running in the Democratic Party and he actually can win, right? But they don't choose him. They choose somebody else. Why is that happening? Now, this has already been answered earlier in this video. So it shouldn't be no surprise. So if you're a person that with critical thinking skills, or just you don't believe what people tell you, you go look for yourself. This is probably going to be more poignant to you guys. Some people, in fact, a lot of people, listen to what they hear on TV as if it's gospel. Is the good news. You know what I'm saying? Like what they saying is 100 and exact, right? And then they wonder why when shit hit the fan, it is a problem. Anyway, but I just wanted to point that out. What y'all notice about the Democratic National Committee or whatever they call it? Nina already said it. If y'all wasn't listening earlier, she already said it. That should tell y'all everything. That should tell y'all what y'all need to do with y'all vote. Find out who rock with you. Put your money into that person. Y'all all put y'all money into that person and just try to build. Build with like-minded people. Like, it don't even make sense to waste time with people that don't have your best interests at heart. Like, for what? You're not even on the trustees. You're not even you're not even an investor. Like, come on now. It's deep, but it's not. This shit is in plain sight, open for everybody to see. And then when a person like me say it out loud, I'm the bad guy for telling the truth. I'm the bad guy. Nobody like anything I got to say because I'm telling them what they don't want to hear. I'm telling them the truth. People don't like truth. People like lies, man. I swear. They want to hear lies every day, all day. That's all they want to hear. When you tell them the truth, nah, that's that. No, they ain't not doing that. They not doing this. They not doing that. All right, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. Matter of fact, I need to shut up all the time. I'm shutting up all the time. Okay, just so y'all know, I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up right now. I'm letting Nina talk. I'm just shutting up.
Like you're wasting time with somebody who can't win. I think Bernie Sanders could have won.
He could have beat Trump. I believe that they're opposite ends of the spectrum. Trump is a faux populist. Senator Bernie Sanders is a real populist who really believes in the power of the people. I think they fear it because.
Oh, whoa, Nina, now. Don't do that. Don't do that. I agree with you with Trump. Trump is a faux populist, right? I agree with that. But so is Bernie. The fuck? How you gonna say Trump a faux populist and then say Bernie is? Bernie's like, yeah, nah. Reparations, how we gonna pay for reparations? I can't. That's my best Bernie impression. But reparations, how we gonna pay for that? Does that sound like Seinfeld? They both the same people, but I'm just saying, like that's how they sound. Reparations, how we gonna pay for that? You know what I'm saying? Like what? What? Nah. Both of them the same people. Let's keep it rocking.
Because both political parties, private organizations, I want our viewers to understand this, that control our electoral system are captured. So you have corporate capture of both major parties. And so corporations don't want us to have health care.
Why is the party afraid of somebody who could actually win? It's not like you're wasting time with somebody who can't win. I think Bernie Sanders could have won.
He could have beat Trump. I believe that they're opposite ends of the spectrum. Trump is a faux populist. Senator Bernie Sanders is a real populist who really believes in the power of the people. I think they fear it because both political parties, private organizations, I want our viewers to understand this, that control our electoral system are captured. So you have corporate capture of both major parties. And so corporations don't want us to have health care for all. Corporations don't want us to drive down the cost of pharmaceutical drugs so that we can pay the same amount that our sisters and brothers in Canada, by way of example, pay. They don't want that. And so these corporations spend billions of collective dollars every single year to lobby members of the Congress and the people running for the presidency so that they can stay in control. It is very simple. Just follow the money. Follow who's donating the money, how much money they're donating, how these corporations are investing multi-millions of dollars that adds up to billions of dollars collectively to really bribery is legal in the United States of America. So the reason why they didn't want somebody like Senator Bernard Sanders, because he really was going to do his best to put the power in the hands of the people and hold corporate interests responsible. We need real campaign finance reform in this country if we're ever going to get some of the nice things that people like myself and Senator Sanders and others.
Gunshot. I have to play that again. I have to. Y'all heard that? Y'all ain't hear that? Hold on, I'll bring it back. We're gonna play that again.
Oh, it is very simple. Just follow the money. Follow who's donating the money, how much money they're donating, how these corporations are investing multi-millions of dollars that adds up to billions of dollars collectively to really bribery is legal in the United States of America. So the reason why they didn't want somebody like Senator Bernard Sanders, because he really was going to do his best to put the power in the hands of the people and hold corporate interests responsible. We need real campaign finance reform in this country if we're ever going to get some of the nice things that people like myself and Senator Sanders and others were and still are fighting for.
Hold on, Nina,
there's been something I have to go back to the.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Nina just shooting up the clock. Pause. Nina's supposed to be in the passenger seat riding shotgun with the Nina. Like she the ride or die right now. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad, but I need to know what side of the fence she on. Like you can't do this two side of the fence thing, Nina. Especially if you're in my car. If you're in my car, I need to know that you riding with me. That makes sense. Y'all let me know that if that makes sense in the comment section. But we gonna keep it rocking. All right, let's go. Gunshot. AP promotion. That's right. Let's go.
The uncommitted Gaza conversation, there's been something happening that it seems to me kind of like one of these social media phenomenon, but maybe has a deeper truth in it, where over the last couple weeks since Harris became the nominee, you've seen sort of black influencers and activists and the pro-Palestine influencers and activists kind of, there's a split in.
Okay, y'all already know what that means. The message on the internet and everybody that's doing their thing on the internet. Shout out to Black Light Revelations. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Rob, man. Shout out to Black Light Revelations. You know what I mean? Shout out to Torian Rain. You know, like people like that. Shout out to uh uh it's so many people. I like there's a lot of people doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, they are listening to the we they understand that most people are not looking to terrestrial TV to get their news and information. You know what I mean? Shout out to TD. You know what I mean? TD Media Group, my guy TD. You know what I mean? Like, and so shout out to Keep It 100. Like, it's so many people. THPP. There's so many people out there putting in numbers. Or matter of fact, underground kings. They are watching and they understand what's going on. They know that we different. we like we not like let me give you guys a story, right? So I'll give you guys a story. Just a little peek into my but I'm mostly transparent, but for the most part, I'll give you a little peek into my life, right? So my wife goes to church. I don't. She does. So my wife, she kind of like she put me like the couple. She put me into a couples thing with that's organized through the church or whatever. So I was like, yo, I'm cool with that. I don't got no problem with that. It's everything that happens within that space is not in the church. So I'm like, all right, cool. Somebody have a barbecue here, somebody have a barbecue there. You know, I come through with my babes on. You know what I'm saying? Just a stunt. I'm sorry. I'm that type of nigga. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what I do. So, but so we go to a lot of these church meetings that are not officially at the church, if that makes sense, right? So, you know, we just went to one this weekend, and the pastor was there. And he was like, "Yo, you know, this, that, and third. You know, Sam, I need you to get you. You know, I need you to get you to come through once or whatever." I was like, "All right, no problem." But I didn't say that. I didn't say that because of um, pastor. I told my wife like, you know, no, you know, I told my wife like, I ain't, you know, I know you go to church or whatever, this and that, third. I'll go. I'll show up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just church. Church ain't like how it used to be back in the day anyway. Like, you ain't gonna spend 3-4 hours and in the church. It's about an hour and you gone. So like I could give her that. And it's not no problem. You know what I'm saying that's what you do when you marry. That's stuff that you do when you marry, right? So she could get that. So I say all that to say like people think that when you when you I wouldn't say capitulate, but I would say this like it's not no it's never no thing to do what's right, if that makes sense, right? So you know the whole like religion thing is something in itself where I would say Gen X down, well, younger Gen Xers on down don't feel the need to associate themselves with because they don't or we don't feel no, I wouldn't use the word fear. We don't see the benefit if that if that makes sense. We don't see the benefit in doing all that extracurricular stuff. Like we could do all that stuff at home. We don't have to go to the church house to do it, right? And I'm not saying this to be negative towards anybody who believes in anything or anybody. I'm just saying what's practical. It's like what's practical. And guys, I know y'all understand what I'm talking about, but I had to put it out there just to make sure. Men, we are practical. We do what we need to do to sustain ourselves and the people that we love and so on and so forth. But anyway, we gonna keep it rocking. That was a long tangent too. I don't know. Hold on. That was a long tangent. I apologize. But we gonna keep it moving. We gonna let Tina finish this off. All right, we almost done.
Emerging to where you're seeing a lot of frustration that I think is pretty just on behalf of the Black activists who are saying, look, it's our time to think about our needs right now, which are extremely pressing, and then a lot of frustration by the Palestinian side of things saying, well, how dare you abandon us in this moment? I'm curious what you think about that and that sort of whether there is a natural connection between the Black struggle here and, whether that energy that's being expended on this issue in the Middle East is not taking away from more pressing issues here at home.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. Congresswoman Tlaib and I penned an op-ed about the similarities or the connection, the connective tissue between the Black liberation struggle and the liberation struggle of Palestinians. We know that President Nelson Mandela, when he was alive, he talked a lot about that struggle, humanizing the Palestinians. So did Minister
So I started the video because I knew she was wearing a wig. I knew that white woman over there was wearing a wig. You ain't gonna perpetrate no fraud. I know you hiding. You out here trying to pass and stuff like that with these type of questions or whatever. Let me bring it back real quick. Right here. We gonna look at that wig, yo.
Whether
that?
that energy that's being expended on this issue in the Middle East is not taking away from more pressing issues here at home.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. Congresswoman Tlaib and I.
Whoa. And now, and then Nina, why you put the gun away? Why you put the gun away? What's she talking about? Why your wig look like that? You white? What are you? The hell? Yo, hold on, yo. Why her wig look like that? Y'all shit look dry. Ah, why does shit look dry? Like, what's going on? What's really going on? And look, look who's questioning.
There's been something happening that it seems to me kind of like one of these social media phenomenon, but
Social
maybe
media.
has a deeper truth in it,
Deeper
where over the
truth.
last couple weeks since Harris became the nominee.
Hold on, like yo, like who's she fronting on? Like she talking like it seems like it just happened when Kamala Harris became the nominee. It's on social media and stuff. You guys been knew what's going on social media. Don't stop that. Why y'all lying, yo? Stop that. Don't do that. Y'all know what's going on. Now Nina, like, see, this is what I'm talking about. She's playing both sides of the fence. She's playing both sides of the fence. Like, all right, we gonna do it. It's all right. It's all right. We gonna get back to it. Let's do it.
That people like myself and Senator Sanders and others were and still are fighting for.
There's been something to go back to the uncommitted Gaza conversation. There's been something happening that it seems to me kind of like one of these social media phenomenon, but maybe has a deeper truth in it.
What?
Where over the last couple weeks since Harris became the nominee,
What?
you've seen sort of black influencers and activists and the pro-Palestine influencers and activists kind of, there's a split emerging to where you're seeing a lot of frustration that I think is.
Why is that? It's a split. Ask yourself why. FBA people has gravitated to 99.99% of everybody else's struggle, and ain't nobody, not even the Africans on the continent, come to say, "Hey, my brother, we are the same. Let's do something for you." That's my African accent, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, ain't nobody do that. What kind of question is this? It's a separation between the blacks and the Palestinians. Let's see. We'll see what else lies she going. Like, they know. They already know why there's a separation. And like I said before, like, I'm glad FBA are starting to delineate to see, like, who rocks with them, who don't. Like, that's sensible. That's what any logical person will do. Anyway, let's keep it rocking. Let's go. All right. AP promotion.
Is pretty just on behalf of the black activists who are saying, look, it's our time to think about our needs right now, which are extremely pressing, and then a lot of frustration by the Palestinian side of things saying, well, how dare you abandon us in this moment? I'm curious what you think about that, and that sort of whether there is a natural connection between the black struggle here and, whether that energy that's being expended on this issue in the Middle East is not taking away from more pressing issues here at home.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. Congresswoman Tlaib and I penned an op-ed about the similarities or the connection, the connective tissue between the black liberation struggle and the liberation struggle of Palestinians. We know that.
So y'all see, y'all already know, y'all everybody knows the game plan. Latch yourself onto a foundational Black American so that you can get your issues addressed. So they both penned an op-ed. Okay. They Nina, you didn't have to pen anything. She could have did it on her own. She's a grown woman. I bet you she knows her struggle better than you do. Right? They don't never include FBA into Palestinian struggles. Never. And y'all could see that online. Ask the dry haired wig wearing woman. She know. What I say? Let's go.
President Nelson Mandela, when he was alive, he talked a lot about that struggle, humanizing the Palestinians. So did Minister Malcolm X and countless other leaders, but I'm naming those two in particular. This is a more than one thing can be true at once. And I think with my community, because I don't know if she's Palestinian or Arab American, but she came at me, and I'm one of the biggest allies.
That's crazy.
And
Richard, y'all heard that? She said she don't know if she's Palestinian or Arab, but I bet you she's one of the other. She was one of the other, and came at somebody that was advocating for her. You see how they do? And I'm not even talking about just Arab. I'm talking about all. Well, let me not say all because I'm not a part of that situation. I'm just saying, let me put it like this, the ignorant. Because there's a lot of people that's just ignorant, that don't know the history of where they're going to, coming from where they from. Not even knowing the history of where they come from sometimes. Right? Dumb. Anyway, let's keep it rocking.
I had to go in there. You know, my team don't like me going in there, but I went in there and said, "How dare you?" She had some choice words for me, and then she ended it with, "Please shut up." Okay, now the first thing that you're not gonna do is tell me, a black woman with agency, to shut up. Now I've been told to shut up a lot of times by people on Twitter who would never say those things to my face, but it is a microaggression. I take it very personally that you're telling a black woman.
Yeah, most of the time people on the internet will never say what they say to you on the internet to your face. So, I guess that's some solace. You get some solace from that because, bro, you're on the internet. Like, stop. We're never gonna see each other, and if we do ever see each other, you're not gonna say what you said on the internet to my face. Like, you're not gonna do it. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know what they're going to do. So just humble yourself. Like, for real. Just be humble. Go to the party, chill out, do your thing or whatever, and then keep it moving. Keep it moving. Anyway, let's go.
With agency that I need to shut up. More poignantly, to your point, both things are true. While the black community feels very much abandoned by this country, and we don't have similar allyship, and what I mean by that is that the black liberation struggle has allowed the liberation of every other marginalized person. Just follow it.
Gunshot.
Economically, socially, politically.
Gunshot.
As black people fight for liberation, every other group gets that same liberation.
That's right.
But the same love and respect is not given to black people. You have groups of people, and I'm speaking very generally, so folks don't be adding free press and all of that.
That's right.
I am making a generic
they're adding
statement.
free press right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I want to be clear that I am making a generic statement.
All right, shoot them up.
That the same love and commitment to the struggle of black Americans whose ancestors were chattel slaves
That's right.
on this land is not shown.
Nope.
Now, do we have some folks that stand by our side every now and then? Yeah, but I'm talking about deep-seated, we gonna be with our black sisters and brothers because we see our liberation through them. I don't think any other group in this country can be liberated without full black liberation. So black people are offended. And
That's
we
right.
have Arab Americans, some, who would, in my grandmother's words, fix their mouths
Yep, that's right.
to tell black people that we need to be on the front line of their struggle. That is offensive.
Let's go.
Now, there are a lot of black people on the front line of the struggle. I'm one of them. Dr. Cornel West is another. They're numerous. But what you cannot do, Arab Americans or any other group, is to tell black people what we must do. That's where the offense takes place.
Of course.
And to the extent, and there are some people who understand it. One of my dear friends, Rania Patrice, she understands that, but there are a lot of people, and I think others are making mischief. Some of these things might be bots trying to stir up tension between Arab Americans and the black community. What I would say is that the struggle is similar. And when you are a humanist, I mean, I call myself a hell-raising humanitarian. I'm not going to enumerate how many times you come out. Now, I want you there when I'm struggling. But if I got to enumerate how many times you come, then I got to question whether or not I'm a humanitarian.
Right.
The suffering over in the Gaza, the hostages that were taken on October 7th, the people that were killed.
Well, look, the thing is that FBA always has been showing up for everybody else, and ain't nobody been showing up for the foundational black American in this country, in the United States of America. There's no way anybody can be like aggressively pandering, if I don't know, for black people in the United States to support their cause, especially if you know the history. Like, stop. Just stop. Like, people got their own issues going on. You're not gonna make your issue supersede anybody else's, and then that's it. You're not going to nobody else trying to shame them into feeling sorry or about your issue. Nah, you just going to one specific demographic of people, trying to point and blame and shame them into doing something. It ain't going. Nah, it ain't going. But we almost done with the video. Like I said before, we about to finish this up. Let's go.
On October 7th.
Gunshot.
You know, Congresswoman Tlaib and I have both said similar things in terms of an Israeli baby crying and a Palestinian baby crying. You can't tell the difference between their cries. People who are enlightened in this particular movement, because people have asked me, you know, S&T, why are you fighting so hard? You ain't got no relatives over there. They don't fight as hard for us. And what I say is that I am not going to base my recognition of somebody else's humanity on how hard they fight for me. There's a however, though. There has to be a collective consciousness awakening among people of color, among marginalized people, to understand that the black community has a unique struggle in this country. And I'm talking about black Americans who are descendant. I gotta say this because the ADOS is very important, because not all black people have the same experience. I'm talking about black Americans.
The message has gotten out. The message has gotten out. Delineation has now been officially like inaugurated. Like, it's out there. Nope. We are our own distinct people, and we're gonna deal with you accordingly. Which is correct. Which is absolutely correct. You can't go nowhere in this world, wherever country you go to or wherever place you go to, and not conform to the customs of the people that live there, or you know what I mean, like the culture. Like, ain't no way. It's not happening, right? So anybody come in here trying to enforce any type of cultural, well, I don't want to say appropriation, but because America is multicultural. Look, man, ain't nobody bothered with what you do. Go do what you do, but don't tell us what to do. And then that's it. That's it. You can't dictate what we do or what we don't do. Go ahead, do what you're gonna do. We gonna do what we gonna do, and that's it, right? But we know that's not what the narrative is. We all know what the narrative is. But we're gonna keep it rocking. Let's go.
Who are foundational to this country, or other words, Black Americans whose ancestors were chattel slaves. I think people take that for granted, and they don't love Black people as much as we love humanity. It doesn't make us a perfect people, but Black people are usually on the front lines for
everybody else,
most marginalized groups.
But I feel like it's so much worse because I feel like all these other marginalized groups steal valor from the ADOS community. Yeah. Like they use like the Americans descended from
this
slaves
wig
and
is
the black
struggle. I can't take her seriously with her wig. She's saying words out of her mouth, but that wig is extremely dry. But she's trying to be serious. I don't even know if that's a woman. Hold on. Pause. Let me play the rest of this video. Let me stop. I apologize. I didn't mean what I said. I want to be politically correct for my video. YouTube reviewer. That's a woman.
Struggle, whether it's, and you see each group like coming up and saying, now it's our turn. And the Democratic Party, I'm sorry, getting totally sidetracked by this stolen valor, and each time they move from one thing to the next, and it's so frustrating.
And that's why I don't like that identity. I totally agree with you. Reparations. I want to hear the vice president. I wrote, Newsweek.
Yes.
My editor right here. We need a Black agenda. Part of that Black agenda is reparations. So definitely I'm miffed when President Obama, basically said, he's not the president for Black people. I think Vice President Harris has been asked similar questions even before she started running for the presidency.
Okay.
You cannot, in the United States of America, say that you are for true freedom and liberation without recognizing the harm generationally, even to this day, that has been done to Black descendants of enslaved people. Let me take Black Wall Street, for example. You both know there were 4 elders alive, all over the age of 100. 2 of them have died. They went before Congress. All they got was pats on the back and atta girl, atta boy, and so sorry you went through that. Now, if you can't look into the eyes of those elders who were children at the time that a white mob came and destroyed their community, burnt it down, stole their stuff, if you cannot say that they deserve reparations, then how else are we gonna get there? Congress did absolutely nothing for them and sent them on the way. 2 have died since, 2 are still alive, and they're still fighting to get reparations for themselves and for their descendants. So absolutely, other groups of color and marginalized groups are gonna have to come to grips with the Black liberation struggle and not tell Black people we need to wait. And it is offensive. And the Black community is very much offended. And I'm generally speaking about the Black community too.
Nina Turner, I would never tell you to shut up.
I appreciate that.
I'm slightly terrified of you.
Oh boy,
That person
don't
did not do that in my face.
I wouldn't do it on Twitter either because I would be afraid of you there too.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming out and watching Tim Walz's speech with us, and we appreciate you watching. Lots of you out there. We're going to be back tomorrow for the final night and another marathon session.
You know what I'm saying? But you guys let me know how the video was. You know, when you like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section. Okay, I think Nina handled herself pretty well. As far as playing both sides of the fence. That's just my opinion. But Nina did a good job. She had the 9 on her. She had the Nina on her, and she was shooting. You know what I mean? She was letting the Democrats know, like, all right, y'all gonna keep on front like y'all don't want to let me in. All right, keep on front. But anyway, we're gonna end this stream right here. Like, share, and subscribe. Like I said before, this is AB Promotion doing this thing. AB Promotions. Gunshot. All right, you guys keep doing your thing and stay true. All right, peace.